Yo, what up, guys? It's Crop here. I just want to jump on and talk real quick about the Offensive Rookie of the Year. The voting came out today, and I think the right person won it. Um, in fourth, Miles Sanders with 1 vote. Third, A.J. Brown, Titans, 9.5 votes. Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Raiders, 13 votes. And Kyler Murray, Offensive Rookie of the Year with 26.5 votes. Before I move forward, how do you get half a vote? Does the voter tear it in half and say, all right, A.J. Brown, Kyler Murray? Also, whoever voted for Miles Sanders, I would love to know who you are. You're probably some homer from the Philadelphia newsroom or something. He had a good year. I think he really started to turn it on near the end. He helped me in fantasy near the end. I think he's going to have a great career. I think next year he could be an early sleeper for a lot of teams for fantasy. Third or fourth round maybe, and he could have first or second round value on him. I just don't think he should be in the conversation. A.J. Brown had a really, really good year as well as wide receiver. He was actually somebody I was kind of hoping would continue to drop in the draft, and the Cardinals maybe grab him in the second round. I think he would have had a better year if either Ryan Tannehill or they just threw the ball more all year. They really ran the ball a lot with Derrick Henry, as you saw in the playoffs. The Titans really were run heavy, so I think he could have even had a better year if Ryan Tannehill maybe ended up playing all year and they just threw it a little bit more. Kyler Murray, though, he had a great year. He turned these Cardinals around. They were 3-13 last year. This year they were 5-10-1. Main reason they were 5-10-1 is the liability they had on defense. If you gave them the defense any type of lead, you saw it multiple times this year when the Cardinals were up 14-0 and the defense blew it in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's just the Cardinals defense was a huge liability. He threw for 3,722 yards, 6.9 yards average, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, which is odd because he also set the rookie consecutive pass streak without an interception. He did have some dropped interceptions during that time he had those. I remember there was one or maybe two that probably should have been caught for an interception, but ended up being dropped. And whatever, we'll take it how we can get it. But was something interesting. He also did have a lot of rushing yards. That was one thing he got better with. I felt like later in the year he didn't look to run as much, and he did do a little bit better. I feel like rushing near the end of the year. His rushing yards, 93 rush attempts, 544 yards, 4 touchdowns, 27 is his longest. 4 touchdowns, that was pretty big. I remember watching a few touchdown runs that he broke somebody's ankles or juked or made a nice play. It was pretty cool. The biggest thing and the reason why I think he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, you can't make these statistics up. Mark Dalton from the Arizona Cardinals tweeted this out. Cardinals 2019 offense improvement under Murray and Kingsbury was dramatic. 60% more points scored. 91.7 more scoring drives. 91.7. 91% more scoring drives. 40% more increases in touchdowns. 41.4 more total yards per game. 49.2 more rushing yards per game. 37.8 more total yards per game. 37.8 more total yards per game and 55% 0.6 fewer turnovers. Those are remarkable stats for a rookie under year one with Cliff Kingsbury. I think a lot of it is also coaching as well, not just Murray. Murray is special and elite. He's a top 15 quarterback in this league already. But the dynamic of Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a fun one to watch for years to come. I really think next year they're going to take a big jump. I'm thinking wild card, maybe win the division if they nail the right draft picks with Steve Keim. That's questionable. But I do think they're going to make a much bigger jump. I really think they could have won 7 or 8, maybe 9 games without the terrible defense they had this year. Or if maybe Pat P played all year, they could have. What are your thoughts on Kyler Murray winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year over Josh Jacobs? And what are your thoughts on maybe the Cardinals making the playoffs next year? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Crop out.